Hey guys, welcome to Hey Guys, an internet obsessed podcast where we discuss all your favorite social media stars, what they're doing, and how we feel about it. I'm your host, Amanda Hasika, a content producer for Instant, which basically means I keep my finger on the pulse of the internet at all times. And if you don't know what Instant is, it's a new media outlet and video platform dedicated entirely to covering digital creators, much like the one we are joined with today. Thank you very much to Ricky Dillon.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of course. So we have Ricky Dillon and we also have Instant editor Jonathan Ratliff. I'm so excited you're here. Although I was kind of stalking your Twitter before you got here and I saw you got pulled over.
I did, yeah.
What happened?
Well, first of all, I was so close. It's so annoying. I probably
Few blocks
around
away
the
or
corner.
something?
No, literally, not even blocks away. And I was using my GPS because you know how downtown is so windy
and there's
stuff?
one-way streets and
yeah,
stuff like
so I was
that.
using my GPS and I had it in my hand, so they got mad. He was really nice. He was like, I saw your phone. Was it a GPS? I was like, yeah, I'm just a little lost. And he's like,
Yeah.
that's okay. I'll give you. I got a warning.
Okay.
So
That's good because those are expensive.
I got one of
Those
those
cell phone
ones.
tickets
I
are
wanted to
like
make sure I wasn't texting or anything. I wasn't. Don't text and drive, kids.
Yeah.
I got one once and it was
Yeah.
I couldn't even fight. He was like, I saw you, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I was
Yeah.
like, I can't even fight you. I'm not going to. Well, I'm glad you got off with a warning. It's
Yeah.
like your lucky day. Well, thank you so much for joining us again. So one of my favorite things you do is your rude celebrity videos, because I
Thank
feel like
you.
we all have those instances where you meet someone famous and you're super excited about it, and then
Yeah.
it's a letdown. So you said you were sort of researching for a part 3. So I kind of want
Oh, yeah.
this to be our Ricky Dillon's Rude Celebrities 2.5.
I'll give you a little preview.
Yes. So
Yeah.
what? Just go for it. Spill the deets.
Okay, well,
Who are some-
can I pull out my cheat sheet?
Of
Hold on.
course, of course.
Let me get my phone. I rely on the notes app on your
Yeah,
phone.
same.
All my video ideas are in here, and I literally have a note for my rude celebrities.
Yeah.
But I will say I've definitely encountered more nice ones than rude.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
It may come off that there's so many rude ones out there, but the fun stories are the rude ones.
Totally.
So.
I think the more famous a celebrity is, too, the nicer they are, is what I've come to find.
Yeah.
It's always people
when they're
who
really
are...
established, they get
Well,
humble.
there's some weird ones. I have a weird story.
Ooh.
Well,
After I tell this
although
one.
you would think that Elizabeth Banks would be nice, but she was
Oh, right,
in my
yeah.
first one.
Yeah.
that was heartbroken.
Yeah, but then everybody, like you said, everybody has their off days where sometimes maybe they just got a really bad email or something, and they were like,
she was just really mean.
That's not the first time I've heard that about her, though. So
"Oh, sorry,
I don't know.
Elizabeth
I was
Banks."
just really disappointed.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ricky Dillon, Rude Celebs,
let me-
2.5.
Let me find my list. Sorry, hold on. I have so many notes in here.
I have all my target lists.
Here we go.
in the notes.
Okay.
app.
I have some nice ones written down
Okay,
too.
let's go. Let's start off with nice. Start things off on
A
a
nice
positive
one.
note.
Okay. Oh, I haven't told my Kim Kardashian story yet. I'm saving that one. She was nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it was at Teen Choice Awards 2014 when me and the rest of O2L won a Teen Choice Award
Okay.
that we never got.
You don't have it?
No, they don't give them all out, I guess. But we won
Oh.
one. It's on Wikipedia.
Did they just give you a certificate? Or they were like,
No,
"Here you go."
they just, I don't know. It was on TV though.
They just
pretty
email
cool.
you a PDF. Here you go.
It's on Wikipedia. That's
that's
Wait,
good.
okay, now
Yeah.
this is my mission. I'm gonna call the Teen Choice Awards.
Yeah, I
and be
want that
like,
surfboard.
Hi,
Yeah.
Ricky Dillon doesn't have a surfboard.
Yeah, it's been
Can
2 years.
It's
almost
kind of
3.
a ripoff.
What the hell?
Yeah. Anyway, that night, after the red carpet, a lot of my stories come from this night. Actually, the Taylor Swift one was that night. The Hilary Duff one was that night. But after I did the carpet, I turned around and Kim, Kendall, and Kylie were behind us the whole time apparently, and they were walking in, and I had a meltdown, in a good way. I love the Kardashians.
Me too. Same.
I'm obsessed with them. Usually when I meet a celebrity, if I'm prepared, I can calm down for it,
Right.
and mentally prepare and act cool.
Right.
But that was just a surprise that I just lost it, and I probably screamed. It's kind of like a blur. But I ran up to Kim and I asked for a selfie, and before she could say anything, her security guard came out of nowhere and pushed me away. But then Kim was like, "Oh my God, no, it's totally fine."
Yeah.
She came and grabbed me and was like, "Let's do a fun selfie. Come on, give me your phone." And so I pulled my phone out and we did a selfie, and Kendall photobombed. It's pretty legendary, and then so it was pretty quick, but she was nice. She
Right.
came back and got me.
That's great.
The
Yeah.
jealousy is pouring out of me right now over there. I could see it.
And she was.
I mean, because I have my own Kim Kardashian stories at the Kids' Choice Awards, and at the time I kind of worked with this company that worked with her, and so I
Yeah.
had been on the red carpet, and they were like, "Yeah, we can probably get Kim for you," but then we weren't able to, and so I kind of finagled my way backstage, and I just got like one question with her, but she was still like I just kind of like, I think I just kind of like bombarded her, and I was like, are you gonna get slimed? Are you scared that you're gonna get slimed? And she was like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't, and then just kind of like walked away. Like she was still very, it's not like
she's very genuine, honestly.
Yeah, same. John, do you have a Kim Kardashian story?
I don't have I don't have no Kardashian story. I've been around them, but I've never interacted with them.
I want to meet them all. I want to collect them all.
Pokemon.
I have Kim and Kendall.
Yeah, your own version.
Yeah.
Anyone else? I love, by the way, I loved the Hilary Duff one of you're like in the middle of an interview.
I love how there's footage of that. Yeah.
And you're like, excuse me, Hilary Duff. Because I literally told a story on this podcast recently about I saw her once in real life where it wasn't, I think I was like 15 at the time. It wasn't even, I didn't meet her. I just saw her from afar and I cried.
Oh, yeah, but she was my childhood though. And I still love her. Yeah, Lisa McGuire. The good thing is that interview, Chelsea from Hollywood Reporter, like I know her really well, so it's like okay.
So it wasn't like offensive.
Yeah. Is that her company, Hollywood Reporter?
Or Hollywire. I think.
Hollywire. There we go. Right. Thank you for correcting me. My bad.
Yeah.
More stories. Let's see. Should I do a bad one or?
Yeah, let's do a rude one.
Let me see. I want to save my juicy ones.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's a good one. Do you know like The Real World and like The Challenge and MTV?
I do, yeah.
I guess this kind of counts. I didn't know any of their name. This was at the MTV Movie Awards when O2L and we like did like the red carpet stuff. They came up to us to do. How did it happen? Okay, the MTV publicist brought them over to do like an interview with us.
Okay.
And they didn't know who we were.
The challenge people?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't know who they were.
Recipe for like disaster.
I just, in a nice way, I was like, so who are you guys? And they got mad. They like.
In their heads, they think they're like MTV royalty.
I know, it was like an MTV award show, and I think real legit press was given packets about everyone who was going to be there.
Yeah.
But O2L, we were kind of like.
They're like, just show up and like.
Yeah, we were there for MTV. We were supposed to do that kind of stuff, but we weren't like what's the word, prepped or whatever.
Yeah.
So we didn't know who was coming. So I think they were mad because they thought we were supposed to know who they were, and I didn't. I honestly just didn't know who they were, and they all got really mad and they like stormed off, and I was like, oh.
Like I said, was Johnny Bananas one of the?
See, I know Johnny.
Okay.
I used to watch it years ago, but it wasn't. I didn't know any of the ones who were there. I would recognize some.
5 feet in front of them is the person telling everybody who they are before they get to you.
So this doesn't happen, so they don't get all offended. And that's really
literally
funny.
people walk up ahead of people with signs and whispering to you, "This is who this is."
Which is just
they said that they're from the Real World, but I was like, okay. And then I was like, so who are you guys? And then they got mad.
Oh, that's so funny. I love that they didn't know who you. They didn't know you, but like you weren't all offended, like up in arms. You were just like, okay, like they don't know who I am.
Right.
Which is, I feel like that's always such a humbling thing for a celebrity because it's like no matter who you are, I feel like there's gonna be someone out there who's like, I don't know who you are. Like
exactly.
You may think you're like all famous and like on TV or whatever, but at the end of the day, like who the hell are you? I don't know.
That's true. Yeah.
So when you make the celebrity rude video, like the rude celebrity videos, are you nervous at all, or are you just kind of like whatever? I'm
very nervous. Yeah, I have to do a lot of like. First of all, I have to say it all carefully because like everyone has fans. I don't want to make any of these celebrities fans mad. And all the stories I've told, I still am a fan of them all. Like I love Taylor Swift, and I don't hold it against her. She wasn't like that rude to me. She was in the middle of the carpet. She just denied my photo. It's not a big deal. So I'm always careful with what stories I tell and how I tell it. I never want to come across that I hate these celebrities.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
which is true. And like you say, I think you're good at prefacing it with. Maybe they're having a bad day. Yeah. Everyone has off days.
Because I really have bad days too, you know, like it's normal.
Or someone just catches you
So
on.
They're definitely nerve-wracking. I'm always nervous to upload those.
Yeah.
But
what like inspired you to kind of do the first one? What'd you say?
I don't remember. I woke up one day, like I keep that list of ideas in my phone. I woke up and I thought about the Elizabeth Banks story. I was like, I should tell that story. And then I thought about more that I had, and it just kind of all came together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dang,
But the funny thing is, I didn't even realize this, but do you know the Gabby Show and Joey Graceffa?
Yes.
They did this idea before me.
Oh, really?
But I swear, honestly, I thought of it naturally.
Yeah.
One second, some water. I thought of it naturally, and then when I made my video, I was like, oh my God, they've done this. So I had to give them credit too, but...
I feel like people have been doing that though. That's
okay,
not
yeah.
like
it's so hard on YouTube. Can I do a quick tangent?
Of course.
It's hard on YouTube to always have like a pure original idea. There's so many times where I will literally think of an idea on my own, and then I'll go and check, and someone's done it, and I'm like, great. Now I'm gonna get called a copycat.
That's just the internet in general, though.
It's
like
hard.
I've worked at places before where it's like 10 things you didn't know about whatever or this or that, and they're all the same ones. And even, I feel like even if you go back to magazines, if you look at like the cover of magazines, it's like 10, tips for this and 10 tips for that. And they're all the same. They just word them different and they're just packaged differently. And they give enough time that has passed so you sort of forget about it. Because I can't tell you how many times you're on the internet and you're like, 10 things you didn't know about this person. And I'm like, no, I've already seen this.
Right.
I've already, so it is hard to get like a purely.
Yeah, it just sucks when like you think you have your own idea, then someone's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTuber
struggles. Yeah.
So, you mentioned you like meet a lot of celebrities and then you have your own celebrity stories, but you're a celebrity in your own right. So I'm sure you have had fan encounters. What are some memorable ones that you've had?
Well, they're always memorable. Every single one. That was cheesy. Sorry.
No, that's cute. I like it.
Let me think.
Like that or good.
Somewhere you're on someone's phone. They're like, let me tell you about my encounter with Ricky Dillon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hopefully mine are all good. I hope. Hopefully there's not someone out there telling a mean story about me. But do you know O2L? I keep mentioning it, sorry.
Our Second Life.
Back in the O2L tour, after one of our shows, this couple of fans followed our tour bus for hours.
That's crazy.
And like we didn't even know. And we pulled over at a gas station to like go to the bathroom and stuff. And they were there. And we were like, oh my God, did y'all follow us for this long? And I mean, they were like really nice and cool, so that was pretty memorable.
Is there anyone that you would have done that for, where you would have followed their fan, Hilary Duff?
I mean, there's people I would want to, but I don't know if I'd feel weird doing that.
Right?
I don't know.
That's a little creepy.
Yeah. Whoa, wait a minute.
For a couple blocks to see if they stop or something, maybe.
Yeah.
But like,
this isn't my story to tell, but Keen and JC from O2L, they just did a tour, and I was at the I was at the show, so I can kind of tell it.
Right.
At their LA show, I came to see it, and after that show, a fan jumped on between their tour bus and their trailer, the connecting thing. She stood on that on the interstate for like an hour and rode it.
Yeah.
And they had to pull over and I called the police to get her off. It was insane.
That is.
And she made a video about it and like had like pictures and stuff. It's crazy.
See,
I wish I knew her name, but
that is the crazy thing about like. I feel like YouTubers and stuff is because you guys open up so much to your fans. They feel like they know you and it's like you're so accessible in a way that they just do this and they think it's like normal or like whatever.
She could have
fallen
off.
She could have like
That's scary. I'm glad she's okay.
Holy crap. That's insane.
But she got a good story time out of it.
Yeah, totally. I feel like she probably put her video on YouTube being like, I almost died like because of Nikki.
I watched it. I forgot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's funny. I forgot the title.
Oh my gosh. It's like super clickbaity.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I would love to get your thoughts on like clickbait because I feel like it's a huge
Oh, cool. I have a great
epidemic.
I have a good insight on that.
Yeah.
I think it's okay if one, it's not like random and like false. Like as long as it has to do with the video still, I think it's totally fine. If you say something like, my mom died, and it's just like you and your mom hanging out in the kitchen or something, that's lying,
Yeah.
And also, I think as long as the video is really entertaining and good, I think it's okay to like capture people's attention and get them to stay. Because sometimes, like back in the old days, YouTube, there'll be clickbait where it's like a naked girl in the thumbnail, and then it's like a different video. As long as the content is entertaining and good, I think it's okay for a little bit of clickbait here and there.
Yeah. How do you kind of go about picking headlines for or like titles for your videos?
My worst anxiety comes from titles and thumbnails. I wish I was kidding. Like I go through like stress anxiety every time I upload just because I can't decide on a title and thumbnail. It's pretty bad. I open up like a note thing in my computer and I write down like 10 options and I'll just like stare at them all and like go back and forth between some, and then I spend like 2 hours making my thumbnail because I'm so like OCD about it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I had a place I used to work when because I feel like internet headlines and like clickbait titles didn't really become a huge thing until like a handful of years ago, I'd say. And there was one of my editors I used to work with said something, I forget what site it was for, but there was some website, they had to submit 25 options for headlines.
Sounds like
to
me.
like whittle down to one.
Yeah,
That's
it's just
insane.
It just sucks because it can make or break your video, the title. You know, like you could get a video that does extremely well or really bad based on the title.
Yeah.
So.
And then I feel like there's also this struggle where you want clicks. Like obviously you want people to be watching the content that you create, but at the same time, is it worth kind of like stooping to that level where you're like, I am only going to do this because I know people will click on it, and that's like the only reason I'm making it, you know, as opposed to like making something that you're like, I feel really
making the
passionate
full
about this.
video.
Yeah.
You mean making it?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking about making sure the video is still good. Like, you don't want to just throw something up that's not a good content just to get a click. As long as you make the video good, then I think it's okay. But that's a good point. I do try to keep a balance of like stuff I just want to make because I want to make it, and also things that I know will do well.
Yeah.
You know?
We struggle with that, like, too, you know? It's
I like alternate. I'll do one video that I know will do well, and then one I just don't care as much just because I want to make it, you know?
What's that actor say, like, one for them, one for me, or whatever?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I mean, we make videos that we're like, we just have to show that we recognize like this happened, even though we're like, we wouldn't spend a whole lot of time. We don't spend a whole lot of time. We just want to recognize that, hey, this is going on.
I mean, it's all about showing that you have your finger on the pulse somewhat, you know, where it's like, I'm aware and we're aware and we want to, you know, make sure you wear it. And it's a weird balance too, because there are some people who are constantly on the internet all day and know things, and you try to tell someone something, like, yeah, I saw that 20 minutes ago. That's old news.
Yeah.
And then there are people who are like, hey, have you seen like Charlie bit my finger? And it's like, yes, that is a very old, you know, it's like, so you forget that there are some people out there who aren't on the internet all day. Right. Who knew that there are people out there like that? So I feel like you said you're very into pop culture and you're very into all that kind of stuff. So we want you to pick 3 things that you love right now, like music, TV, whatever, and one thing you're just like over it. You're so over.
Okay, so 3 things I love. I'll do TV, movie, and music. Okay. Perfect. My favorite TV show of all time that came back but it's ending is Pretty Little Liars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's bittersweet because this is the last season. Let's see.
I gave up on Pretty Little Liars. I watched.
Oh, you're one of those people.
I watched so diligently, and then after they did the time jump, I watched like 2 episodes, and I was like,
everybody hates time jump.
I love it. Okay, here's my thing. This is what I always say about that show. Say any kind of criticism you want, but I am obsessed with the cast and characters. They could sit in a room and stare at a wall, and I'd watch. Yeah. Because I love them all so much. Yeah. Like, I just so. I don't know. So
they've been around long enough, you know?
Yeah.
You feel a connection to them.
I've never seen one episode.
It's so good.
I've never seen an episode.
Watch until like the 6th season, or when is?
Watch until the end.
No,
it's good.
It's definitely one of those shows where there'll be like 5 bad episodes and then one really, 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 really good one that keeps you hooked.
Back. Yeah.
And you're like, okay, fine, I'll keep watching. Yeah. That's definitely how it is.
Okay, so now.
And then like a movie.
I just saw Beauty and the Beast last night and I'm obsessed with it. So good.
Finally.
I know. I'm late. Yeah. I've been busy.
Yeah.
And then music. Let's see. Let me check my Spotify playlist of the month.
I bawled throughout Beauty and the Beast. Like,
really? Like, oh my god, it was so good.
I cried like that song that the Beast does. If I think hard enough about it, I will start crying. I can't do it. But.
Okay, music. I'm gonna say The Cure by Lady Gaga. I'm obsessed with it right now.
So good.
I just saw her at Coachella and she was amazing.
John went to Coachella as well.
Yeah, oh my god, Gaga killed it. Did you see Gaga?
I did. Yeah.
He went first weekend.
I went second.
So, how was your experience at Coachella?
Amazing. It's a lot though. It's exhausting.
Was it your first time?
No, I went a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
John's has gone every year.
No, it was only 3.
Since like the beginning
this
of
is the 3rd year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've gone 2 now.
Yeah. I love The Cure and I love Flame by Tinashe.
Me too. I love that song.
Good. Those songs are like on repeat right now.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, something I don't like too, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm not much of a negative Nancy. Let me think.
Or something. One thing
something
that
I'm over, right?
Yeah. Or just something that you're kind of like, this is a little much. Like maybe we can back off of it a little bit. Or even just like, it doesn't have to be like a thing in pop culture. It could be like an Instagram trend, like unicorn frappuccinos. I feel like everybody.
I'm mad.
Yeah.
Okay, so that trend came, and I'm vlogging this week.
Are you triggered?
Just for fun. Well, I'm triggered because of this, and I was like, oh my god, this would be a fun part of my vlog to go try it on camera. So I was like vlogging as I was ordering, and they were like, oh, that only lasted a week. We don't have any more. And I was like,
that was only a week.
Yeah. Well, then they had the dragon frappuccinos or whatever.
What?
Was the Yeah. So, but which I thought was stupid because everyone was so over the unicorn frappuccinos, and then they like quietly released the dragon ones. And I'm like, no one cares anymore, Starbucks. I'm sorry.
I'm just mad I missed it.
I know people who get over trends like as they're starting. Yeah. Like if we post like, oh, we're going to Coachella, I have people who are like, stop posting that you're going to Coachella. I'm like, that's what I do. I look at your auditions and like you're posting where you're going on vacations. Like I don't care.
Right.
People
this is my life.
People get so worked up on
it. I know. So we have a series that we like to call We Ship It.
Okay.
And this is kind of about just like collaborating, and you've done tons of collaborations, and we had Sawyer Hartman on, and we kind of talked about like the heyday of collabs. I feel like 4 years ago or so, where it just everybody and their mother was collaborating always and all the time, which is great. And, I feel like a lot of YouTubers still collaborate, but is there someone that you have yet to collaborate that you would like to?
I think
otherwise?
Liza Koshy, she's killing it and she's so funny. I think she's a genius.
Yeah.
I'd love to collab with her one day. I think she's great.
Yeah. And so everybody loves her. Like everyone we get
a lot of Liza.
Everybody loves Liza.
She's doing so good. She's killing it. Yeah. She's a queen.
And then we also have, so like kind of speaking of like Instagram trends and stuff, is there anyone who is maybe a little bit underrated or maybe like on, up and coming that you like to follow on social media, like a digital kind of YouTuber or?
Actually, my friend, my new video, have you seen the boyfriend tag? Him, Erwin St. Martin.
He's here. He's
here. I think he makes great videos and he's definitely underrated. So I should check him out.
Which, by the way, actually, I wanted to talk to you. I completely forgot about this. How was VidCon in Europe?
It was fun. It was very different. It was like a lot calmer because it was new there, so it's smaller. So it was a much different vibe than LA VidCon. The LA one is like insane and like it's like I always call it a fun madness.
Yeah.
But the Amsterdam one was nice. It was calm, very like cool. I liked it.
We were there last year, and that was my first VidCon ever.
Instant launched the week of VidCon.
Yeah.
And so we went from starting this company, we were like started, and then we're like, oh, we're going to VidCon.
Yeah.
And it was like, we had no idea.
We were here for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks,
idea.
and then we went to VidCon.
That's crazy.
I just remember there was so much colored hair. Everybody had colored hair. That was like the biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I feel like when I was a teenager, my mom would have never taken me to something like this. So I'm jealous of all the teenagers that are like there with their parents. And I met a guy from Australia. Like, it's
people try. I mean, my first year, I came as a fan and I traveled from Alabama, so I went across the country.
Oh my gosh. When was that?
2012. Yeah.
Wait, that's it? 2012?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it'll be 5 years this summer.
That's like, it feels like forever ago, but like not at the same time.
Yeah, I always say that. Everyone's always like, time flies. I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because like,
it feels like
high school for me felt like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
But also like, I feel like I just did it.
Right. Same.
So it's weird.
It's funny too because I used to work for teen.com and I feel like you were one of the first kind of YouTubers that I heard of. Like they recognized like, okay, YouTube is like gonna be something. So I remember it was like you and like Kian and
Jen
like
was on
Gen X
teen.com,
Pen. Yeah. So I remember just being like, and like Smosh like was one of the properties, and I just remember being like, I don't really get it. And then I mean I get it now, obviously, but there are still people who don't get YouTube, and they're like, what do you mean like a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Get with the program, people. So what are we have a series also called Just the Tip.
Okay.
So what are some tips that you would maybe give to someone who wants to get into the content creating game? Because it's, like you said, you've been in it for 5 years, and I feel like if you're starting from ground zero, it's kind of a hard place to move up in. So what would your advice be?
It's so hard nowadays because there's so many people. It's so like crowded. When I first started, I actually started in 2010. And it was very, very new. There wasn't like, not that YouTube's competition, but like it is, there's so many people on it. So back then there wasn't a lot of people, so it wasn't hard to get out there, And also back then there was like contests. You can enter like video contests and like that a bigger YouTuber would hold. That's what I did to like get my first couple thousand. I would go in contests and stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah, it helped out a lot. But nowadays it's hard. I think the best way is, people always like bash trends a lot, but I think the best way to get out there is to just hop on trends, because you show up on like related videos and like search results. So if you can hop on a trend really quick, that's how you can start out really well, I think. And then stay consistent, because the worst thing you can do is like throw out 2 videos and like give up and not ever try again. It does take time.
We used to laugh at everybody when we asked that question. People were like, be yourself, just be yourself. But it's when you watch people like faking it, it is so like uncomfortable and like you're never gonna. It's like, but that's why everybody says be yourself, because it's
definitely be yourself. Yeah.
Well, and then we've had a lot of people say like, and be consistent. Which it's funny because if you think about it, it's just like YouTube, and you can like put videos up whenever, but people are creatures of habit, like just by nature. And so if someone's like, okay, I'm going to post a video every Tuesday, even if it's not something that you like follow religiously, it's like, wait, it's Tuesday. Like where is this? Like that's why TV programming has schedules and why.
Yeah, no, I live by a schedule. I do every Sunday. Yeah. I'll throw up sometimes in the middle of the week, but every Sunday I have a video.
If you could like give a piece of advice to yourself before uploading like your very first video, what do you think it would be?
I think definitely to not worry about others' opinions. I was very, very, very insecure and like shy in like high school, and I got bullied a lot. So I think, and then my first couple of videos I got made fun of for. So I think my best advice was to just not care what mean people think or say, because it'll pass.
Solid advice.
Yeah.
Because like look at you now, like all those mean people. Where are they? Probably nowhere. So who cares?
Yeah.
And then we also have social media horror story, which I kind of explained to you, but it's basically like, you know, have you ever like tweeted out your phone number or like done something super embarrassing on social media?
Okay, there's been 2 instances that are the same thing. One was my fault and one was my friend's fault. The first one, this was a long time ago, so luckily it wasn't as big of an audience, but I was on YouNow. It was, like a live broadcasting thing, and I was like prank calling my friends, and I prank called Key and Lolly, and he didn't answer, and I wasn't thinking, but it said his phone number on the broadcast. And I was just like reading the chat, and it was going, and then people were like, Ricky, you just gave his number out. And I was like, oh my God. It was like a couple hundred people, so it wasn't bad, but he was getting like texts and calls. Wow. But same exact story, but it was flipped. This was recently. Do you know Twames? Issa?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was doing that too, like about a year ago. And he prank called me, and I didn't answer, so my number got out. But this was like thousands of people, and it was so bad.
Did you have to change your number?
I had to change my number, yeah. But I'm not. It wasn't. He did it on purpose, obviously. But I don't know why my phone was blowing up. I was like, what's going on?
That is so funny.
Yeah.
And so kind of last thing I want to do is, so we have a little thing called First and Most. So we talk about your first video ever, and then your most viewed video ever. And your first video ever is like it's like a cover of Starstruck by 303.
Actually, that's not my first video.
Okay.
I have a bunch.
It's the first one you uploaded.
It's the first one that's up still. My very first one was a music video to Womanizer by Britney Spears, but that's not up. So yeah, the one that's up still is a music video to Starstruck by
which like throwback.
Yeah. See, back the first couple years I did YouTube, my videos were like
Pickle and Banana. Oh yeah, I remember
that's
that.
my URL. Yeah, I did like music videos, and I love to do like crazy editing and stuff. So I'm actually proud of this video. It's actually good.
For what year was this?
2010. Like
this is a pretty like high production value video.
Yeah, there was like a music video community back in the day.
Yeah.
Like That's What Jack was in it too. Like we made like music. We would like recreate music videos like this.
Do you remember like uploading it?
This placed in a contest.
Oh really?
Yeah, this was like my first quote big break. I entered a big music video contest, and this got 3rd place, and I got like a shout out.
Yeah.
And it like jumped to like 20,000 views, which was very good back in the day. I had a couple hundred, and I got my first like 1,000 subscribers from it.
Do you remember uploading it?
I do. I remember vividly.
Were you just kind of like, I'm gonna upload it and like whatever? Or like,
I know. I mean, I like really believed in myself in this. I like knew I could make it, and I worked so hard in it like a week, and I just like knew it was gonna do well for some reason. Not to sound like cocky,
right?
But I just felt
you had like a good feeling.
Yeah, I just felt really good about it. I was like, this is it. Like this is gonna like set me off, and it literally did.
Which is funny because I feel like sometimes you can have that kind of intrinsic sense of this is going to do really well. Like, I just know it. And then there are other times with videos where you're like, I'm just going to throw this up there. And then it like skyrockets and explodes.
I'm literally the opposite here. If I go, oh, this is going to do well, I'm like, this is going to suck.
Okay, hold on.
And I'm always right. I'm like, I put a lot of time in this. This is going to go nowhere.
Yeah. Funny thing is, you just said like the slapping it up. My mostly video was like that. Mm-hmm. It was almost 10 million views, and I think,
yeah, that's, well, and then this one says relationships then versus now.
Yeah,
was this one slapped together or no?
Not slapped together, but I had no idea it'd get so many views. It still gets views. When I check like my analytics of my most viewed videos of the month, it's always in my top 10.
Yeah.
And it's 3 years old now.
It's
crazy.
Do you go back and delete and clean up? I've talked to other people about this. Like, once you started getting more subscribers, more people, like, did you ever go back and be like, okay, get rid of some of the stuff? Or
I did.
Do you leave most stuff up?
A couple years ago, I did a big sweep, but I don't really delete them anymore. I keep most up.
Just leave it go.
But that video, I am proud of it. And what's funny is, like, one time I wanted to try out having like a mini crew. So I hired a cameraman, a sound guy, and whatever to film this. The one time I did, I was like, I'll just try it out. And it's my mostly video. So I'm always telling myself, I got to do it again because obviously it works.
That's really
it was
funny.
like a comedy sketch.
That's really funny.
So,
well, that's so interesting. I love that, like, You were really one of like the OG YouTubers. Like you really started from the bottom, to quote Drake, because everyone started from the bottom with YouTube. I think YouTube was just this place where you're like, I'm gonna upload some videos, and it's crazy to just see how far it's come. Even like in the 5 years that I've heard of you and I've known about you for like 5 years, and so just like the trajectory you've gone on is crazy. But any other like final thoughts or any other?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to. John, you should tell a rude celebrity story.
I don't have a rude one. I have a weird one. It's an awkward celebrity story.
Let's do a weird one.
I was producing an interview with Nicole Kidman. This is like a big name.
Fun. I love her.
And we were at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and we were in this suite, and we were filming it. We were doing like this double like print interview, but we could film it. And she requested that none of us be in the room. Only the journalist that was asking the questions could be in the room. So we set up the cameras, got her mic'd, and we just literally all backed into like the side room of the suite, and then just sat there. They did the interview, and then when we came out to like clean up, it was just her sitting on the couch still, and her whole team had left, and no one was in the room. So we actually ended up in the room just with her, and we're just like, hey. And she's not talking, she's not saying anything, and then she just looks at one of us and goes, "Can I get a Diet Coke?" And we were like, God. Okay. So we're trying to find it. She'd done like a photo shoot down the hall, and we were like, we couldn't find anything. And then she just keeps sitting there, and she keeps going, I don't understand why I can't get a Diet Coke. And we're like, we have no idea what's going on. And she just sat she just sat there. I'm like, why is she just sitting here?
Oh my
like,
God.
Go, you're free. You're free.
Oh my God.
And then she just gets up and she just goes to the bathroom, shuts the door, and she's gone for like 15 minutes.
No.
And then she comes out like smiling and ready to go. I'm not insinuating anything, but she was like, she was in the best mood.
Whoa.
Like thanked us all for a great day and walked out of the room. And I was like, what the fuck? It was so weird. It's like being in a room with like silent Nicole Kidman just staring at you is like
that is
the most weird. It's just weird.
That's like a fever dream. Like, is that even real? Like, is that something you've actually experienced? I know. I saw her once at an event, and she was like the most smiley person ever. Like, she was just smiling at everybody and like waving at everybody, and she like smiled at waved at me, and I was just like, really? Me? Okay. I feel like you should like mine your comments. There's probably like so many celebrity stories that you could tell that like aren't necessarily your own. Like that could be like fun and interesting.
That could be fun, yeah.
Right. I saw a thread recently about people who this girl was like, I almost hit someone with my car. I forget who it was. But then she's like, has anyone else ever done this? And people were like, yeah, I almost hit like Billy Zane with my car once.
Oh my God.
That's fun.
Not like
that's a great twist. That's a great twist of the stories though. Like
right?
Wow.
Celebrities
yeah,
I've almost
I can't wait
over.
to see your next one. I'm so excited. And we're so excited to see what you do next. And just everything. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes. Leave a rating, leave a review. It can be good, it can be bad, whatever you feel. But yeah, make sure to do that. And thanks again. We'll see you guys next time.